So what are you saying? That you got evidence for me now?
Yeah, there's many. There's many.
You sure? Yeah.
Yeah. There's many.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
This is. Okay, firstly, this is a stone which they found, is a rock. You can even self-read it. I don't know Arabic, sorry. So this is called Omar. Look, Omar bin.
Show me.
Okay, yeah, look. This is Omar.
This is a rock, yeah?
This is Omar ibn Khattab, yeah? Which is the companion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
Yeah.
So this one. Okay. This is the one it's been taken from. 1 second. My internet keeps playing. Where is it? Because I want to give you the.
You got to have all your evidence. What's going on?
No, it's here. Look. No, it's here. It's here. Because I want to get the reference. This one is here. So this was in Medina, to Umar ibn Khattab. Okay.
And where are these rocks from?
This is Prophet Muhammad's area where he lives.
Where's that?
In Medina.
In Medina?
Yeah. Who is going to be in New York City? Prophet Muhammad exists in Medina. How is he going to be in New York City? Okay. This one, it goes back to the year 625.
Yeah.
Common era, yeah? Okay. And he speaks about who? He speaks about Umar ibn Khattab. He says Umar from Al-Jannah, okay? So this one here is speaking about the Sahaba, the companion of Prophet. This from Hamidullah, some Arabic inscriptions of Medina of the early years of Hijrah, Islamic culture, yeah? Early Islamic inscription near Ta'if, this not far from Mecca. Speaking about the Sahaba, also speaking about the Messenger of Allah, okay, Muhammad. Okay, so this is, it goes back to, look. So this is another one, there's many. Here another one speaking of Abu Bakr and Umar, begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which goes in line with our Islamic sources. So this goes in line with Islamic sources. It's the early years of Hijrah.
And how old are these?
Look, this one, the time Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or just during his lifetime, or after he died. You know, Abu Bakr is the companion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's another one. Here it says, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh." I bear witness. Here you can see it, la ilaha illallah. You know, even Muhammad Rasulullah. So this is clearly the time of Abu Bakr and Umar, which they were companions of Prophet, literally 2 years after Prophet passed away or something. Or just the same time, okay? So these archaeological proofs.
These are written by?
I don't know, by someone who wrote about Prophet Muhammad, or someone who wrote archaeological. But the proof that someone is going to be writing about someone doesn't exist. Also, what makes it stronger is archaeological. This archaeological, backdated the Prophet Muhammad's time. Two is enough.
So let me say something about that,
yeah? Yeah.
That's not proof.
So where is archaeological proof?
Okay, let me say why first.
Okay.
It might be, you know, you can build an evidence to say that, okay, you know, Prophet Muhammad, you know, he was a real person, and the culture of Islam is authentic and is all true and just in all of its ways. Again, obviously, you need to have as much evidence as you can.
No doubt.
I wouldn't say that's enough for a person who is.
No, you said exists. You didn't say no. Look, Daniel, you have to be honest, brother. There's difference. I'm not saying because it's written in the wall or in the rock, therefore Islam is the truth. You said Prophet Muhammad exists. Now you said archaeological. This is called archaeological proofs. They're speaking, they look to the area where Prophet Muhammad lived, backdated the rocks, goes back to Prophet Muhammad's time, his companions, speaking about Muhammad bin Abdullah, the messenger of Allah. That's the one we believe in. I don't believe Muhammad, son of Michael Jackson. I believe Muhammad bin Abdullah, he's Ibn Abdul Muttalib. So now I'm showing you. Now, what is the proof? He's a messenger of Allah, and okay, Islam is the truth. That's a completely different thing.
I think that if that proves anything, it proves that a very long time ago, the point where you're showing me that this rock came into being and something like this, a very long time ago, Islam had been there, because obviously you got people from, how old is this, hundreds or thousands?
This one, 1,000 something.
Okay, so over
1,200 years.
So
Or
over 1,000 years old.
Yeah, 300
So
years
we
ago.
know that, okay, Islam itself is existent over 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
I never said that Islam didn't. So that doesn't disprove what
No,
I'm
you
saying.
said to me, prove to me Muhammad existed archaeologically. So this called
that
archaeological
doesn't prove
proof. Okay, what is archaeological proof?
Well, it depends on the context. Don't say what is archaeological proof.
Yeah, so I got exactly. Before you tell me your life story, as you always do, Daniel, and we have no problem to listen to your life story. We can have a coffee. You know, when I say last story, you go off topic. You said to me last week, and it's been recorded, that you said on the camera, you said, Shamsi, if you show me archaeological proof Muhammad exists, no Muhammad received the revelation,
That's not proof.
but that's what you claim, that you want the proof for that.
Of course, and that's unfortunately that's not proof.
So what is my question to you?
Okay, let me
What is
finish what I was
archaeological
saying.
proof?
Let me
Okay.
finish what I was saying.
All right, take the mic.
Yeah? Right. What I'm trying to say, is what you showed me right now.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing that it's archaeological. It's obviously something that is very old. It's over 1,000 years, old.
Yeah.
So it proves to me that Islam was a religion that has existed for over 1,000 years. It doesn't actually prove that it means Islam is the way. It means that Allah is the way. It means that
I agree with
Muhammad
that.
actually existed.
No, you
It
no,
means
you
that
mean
a long time ago.
no.
People are still saying that he existed.
Yeah.
Where is actual proof of his existence? Not proof that people a long time ago.
No, you say archaeological.
was believing in
Archaeological
him.
proof. Do you know what is archaeological proof? It's clearly you don't know what is archaeological proof. When you go and you start searching in the rocks, in the wall, like the Egyptians. So you see the writing speaking about one of the kings. They say, this archaeological proof, they're speaking about some people here. They call it archaeological proof. I agree. That doesn't mean all the time it's true. No doubt. But I'm using your criteria. I'm not telling you, because when I give dawah to people, I never say to them, the fact that Prophet Muhammad exists because archaeological proof, that can be utilized as a proof. However, you said to me on the camera, do you remember Jamal? You said to me, you did there as well. You said to me, if you prove to me Prophet Muhammad exists with the archaeological proof, then I believe this is what archaeological proof. You go to an area that people claim they lived there, you look to the wall, when you see they're speaking about it, backdated during their lifetime, that's called archaeological proof. I just established that to you, now you're changing your
I want to
life.
clarify something.
I mean, you're changing the goalpost.
I agree.
Where is it, the goalpost or the post goal?
I agree.
The goalpost,
I agree that it's archaeological.
The goalpost,
I
yeah.
agree that it's archaeological.
Khalas,
But
yeah.
what I do not agree with, I don't agree that it's archaeological proof, but that Muhammad existed. But I do agree that it's archaeological data. Okay, that is data. It's information about Muhammad.
What is archaeological proof, Daniel? You haven't answered it.
The actual existence of Muhammad.
What is archaeological proof?
I mean, it's not just about what is archaeological proof.
That's why is it
depends
because
on the context. But if you're saying what is archaeological proof that Muhammad existed, that's a better question. Because now we know that we're looking for very specific things.
Okay, what
in
is
all of the archaeological
archaeo-
data that you've accumulated? That is not archaeological proof of the existence of Prophet Muhammad.
No, well, I see what is archaeological proof because you asked for the
This
proof.
means that over 1,000 years ago, people was believing in Prophet Muhammad.
Okay. What archaeological proof? Wait. No. Archaeological proof, according to Daniel, means 1,000 years ago someone believed Prophet Muhammad. Is that archaeological proof?
I didn't know because I just said to you.
I'm asking. Well, I'm asking you,
manipulate my
Daniel.
logic.
Okay,
I never said
I don't want to
that.
manipulate. I'm gonna ask you again. What is archaeological proof, Daniel?
You would need to have proof of the existence of Prophet Muhammad. I don't need proof that 1,000 years ago somebody believed in Muhammad. Okay, those are two different things. 1,000 years ago, somebody believing in Muhammad is proof of what? It's proof that a long time ago, over 1,000 years ago, people believed in Muhammad. That doesn't prove the existence of him though. Yeah, so you need a different type of proof or a different type of evidence, okay, or a different type of data that can now prove not the fact that people believed in on him, that he himself is existent. Because 1,000 years ago, people can believe in what? The flying spaghetti monster. That doesn't mean
No.
that the flying spaghetti monster existed.
Look.
People believed in it.
Okay, look.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not rocket science, what
Do you know
I'm
what is
saying.
archaeological proof? Prophet Muhammad's house in Medina.
Right.
His mosque. He's a living example.
Okay.
That's called proof. Because you cannot say, I want a proof of Prophet Muhammad. You want Prophet Muhammad standing for the view, I exist 1,000 years ago? No one says that. whether archaeological proof written in the walls, or for example, the tools that he used, or we can give you his mosque. His mosque is there. You understand?
I'll give you an example. An example. I'm
Yeah.
not saying this, it must be this. I'll give you an example of when I say proof, yeah?
Yeah, archaeological proof.
I can say to a person that there was a civilization in Africa known as Egypt where there were pharaohs, they had civilization, they were advanced in mathematics and linguistics, in all sciences, agriculture and so on, yeah? I can say that. That's my statement. That's my claim. I can definitely back my claim and have something.
So archaeology.
One moment.
Okay, go on. I was
You
gonna.
have to listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you know how to answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I make that claim, that's fine. Anybody can make any claim.
That's correct.
Yeah. But you have to prove that your claim is fact. So that way it takes away from it being a claim or an opinion, but rather shows it to be evidential as a fact. So if I said that there were pharaohs a long time ago, and there were civilizations that were advanced.
Prove to me pharaoh exists.
Okay, you can go to Egypt today.
Yeah.
I was in Egypt last year, March. I was there for myself.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go on.
Now you can see the bodies of pharaohs that existed.
Who's that buddy?
You can see Tutmosis.
Who says top Moses that one?
What do you mean?
Who said that was top Moses?
Well, all the archaeological evidence.
Where is the archaeological evidence?
Him.
What is it? State.
Another thing.
Okay, no, wait.
A lot of things are written.
Step by step.
Okay?
State. No. What is the archaeological proof that states? Explain that to us.
Right. Okay. So when me personally, I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't bloody read Egyptian and all of these sort of things.
There is a writing, so you are relying on the writing.
Or heretic text. The same way it doesn't mean that Arabic isn't real, just because I can't.
No, I understand that.
Let me finish my
Go
point.
on, bro. Go on, sorry. Go
The
on.
same way, for example, it doesn't mean Arabic isn't real. I can't read Arabic. I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
But there are people that read Arabic, and hence why the Quran can be
Yeah,
translated.
but Arabic is a living language.
The same way, I'm going to put my statement out there. I do not read ancient Egyptian or ancient heretic, okay, and ancient Greek. So I want to say this. There are writings. Like I said, I don't read it personally, but there are writings in stone tablets, in pyramids itself, and on papyrus, as well as on the tombs, or what you might say the sarcophaguses, okay, of these people.
Same thing, Prophet Muhammed.
Well,
so why don't you believe that?
You haven't shown me that yet.
Yeah, you want to come to Medina? Take Shahada, visa Shahada.
Okay.
Shahada, you come to Medina. But I'm showing you from Hamidullah, rahimahullah. Hamidullah, one of the great scholars of the 20th century, is a Pakistani scholar. A lot of us, we don't know him. May Allah have mercy upon him, check him out. Hamidullah, he died a long time ago. His name is Abdul Hamid Hamidullah, if I remember exactly. And he did a lot of archaeologist way, gathering and compiling the archaeological proofs for Prophet Muhammad's existence. Prophet Muhammad's existence, now his mosque. We have a writing about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have manuscripts, a Greek one, Syriac one, Armenian manuscript, backdate Prophet Muhammad's time, speaking about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, and when they conquered Persian, you see. So now we have inside sources in the wall, in the books, in the wall, in the rocks. We have living examples, Prophet Muhammad's offspring. We have non-Islamic sources about Prophet Muhammad that exist. No one has a proof like that. No one has overwhelming proofs that someone exists like Prophet Muhammad. However, you come to meet him about Pharaoh because you trust what is in the wall. You trust what is written inside in the paper. That so and so, that's his body. However, when you look at Prophet Muhammad, you start changing it. You see. And now we have a Quran, backdated. There was a Quran, backdated Prophet Muhammad's lifetime. Speaking about who? Muhammadun Rasulullah. He's alayhi salam. That's why the historians, well-known historians, they say that no doubt Prophet Muhammad existed. No, some jokers, proper historians. They never debate if Prophet Muhammad exists or not. Except, I'm not going to say you're one of them, but people who are not well educated, they start saying Prophet Muhammad did not exist. But historians, well-grounded historians, they never differ.
I'm not saying, okay, I just want to make it clear as well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Prophet Muhammad existed. I'm not saying Prophet Muhammad didn't exist, okay?
But you're saying archaeological, I give you proof.
What I am saying, so like you said, it's on camera.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. I am reserving judgment until all the facts come out. I don't feel that there's enough evidence for me at this point to say that Prophet Muhammad was definitely existent, he was real, you know, it's verified, it's confirmed, it's finalized.
Yeah, because
I don't have that. Unfortunately, I don't have that at this moment in time to say, yeah.
So what is the proof you need?
I don't know, I just need more. I can't say what,
yeah, okay, I got to show you.
I can't say exactly what it needs to be, but there just needs
okay,
to be more.
what is
like I said, I believe you got data about it. I don't have to say. Now, when you was talking about me saying that I believe in that there were pharaohs and stuff, I don't have to. Don't take my word for it. I don't have to say that.
I'm not saying the word, but you believe.
I don't have to say Egyptians.
You accept they exist. You accept they exist.
Go to Egypt and you'll see.
Go to Medina.
You'll see the bodies, the burial sites, all of these people that are buried.
Same thing. Go to Medina, Mecca.
I don't need to say that the pyramids existed. I was standing on them. Do you understand what
I'm saying? I don't say. Bro, listen. He's not listening, bro. Daniel, same logic. Prophet Muhammad's mosque, called Al Masjid Al Nabawi, a prophet's mosque. Okay, it's not someone else. Exists still alive. Okay, that's his house. Likewise, his house existed. We have his house, yeah? We have people writing about him on the wall, okay? We have his grave. We have his offspring, his family, Al-Ashraf.
His grave?
Yeah, his grave in Medina, yeah?
Okay.
We have his family, okay?
And how do they know it's his grave? The same way you asked me.
No problem at all.
Right.
Because now, the way to know something is not conditional, you have to observe it. You can know it by other narrations. So there's thousands of narrations coming through that was the Prophet Muhammad's grave, and no one have opposed it historically speaking.
Okay, so you're saying that what? People verify that?
Verify, and not only people trustworthy, truthful, honest. And it's called, you know what it's called? Called universal knowledge. You know what is universal knowledge? Where is Ghana?
Africa.
Okay, prove to me Ghana is in Africa.
I know your point. You're basically saying I don't have to do that. It's universal knowledge.
Because why? It's coming from different routes of transmissions. You understand? Not just one or two, thousands. You understand? So what I'm saying to you, Daniel, to make it clear, yeah, I came to you because you told me last week, show me archaeological proof Prophet Muhammad existed.
But I just want to make this clear. I didn't say last week, I'm going to wait till next week and I'm converting to Islam. I never said that. Though.
You said as soon as you bring it.
Yeah?
You said if he brings archaeological evidence, you'll accept Islam.
If he brings enough, but that's not enough.
You didn't say enough. No. You didn't say enough.
I didn't say
I'll bring more. Let me because I stopped here. Let me bring more.
You're misquoting me yet.
I'm not misquoting you.
To suit what you said.
No.
Of course, it's on camera, and I stand by that, and I live by
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't.
But what I didn't say, come with anything next week here. I don't mind what it is.
You said
I'm going to convert to Islam. It didn't work like that.
But archaeological,
I'd be a fool to do that.
Listen.
You said archaeological evidence.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, and he gave you archaeological evidence.
He gave me one thing here.
No. I'll give you 3. I'll give you more.
It wasn't enough.
Yeah.
It's still not enough.
You know what lie, yeah?
I just told you already. That is certainly data. It is certainly data that has been collated for making the case or for supporting the claim that somebody called Prophet Muhammad lived, and and there were people. He had he had followers or people that believed on him, etc. Okay.
No. They said there's many, yeah.
But it's still not enough evidence to say that he himself actually did exist. It's still not enough. Like I gave you a reference to that already. I said, anybody 1,000 years ago.
There's coins as well. Coins.
What more evidence you want, brother? What more evidence you want?
He just wants more archaeological.
There is. I show you. There's more. There's more. He's not. No.
What he presented.
Yeah.
So I'm saying if that's not enough and you require more, what more do you require?
More archaeological? Because I can bring more archaeological proofs.
Well, I need a lot more, yeah.
Like how much? Thousands?
Maybe not thousands, but
How much?
5.
I can't give enough.
5.
But, it's just, but what you presented today was not.
I'll show you.
The premise of the question is disingenuous. Because if you now go and look at, for example, Socrates, Plato, tell me that they actually existed. You believe in them, you read their books in universities, in schools. When you ask that question, it's impossible to prove it like that. One way you can find proof is through testimony. People around.
No. Archaeologically you can. No.
I'm just saying.
Okay, go on. Okay, sorry.
That you can still prove it because
without archaeological, yes, I agree.
100%,
100%, yes.
Nobody is standing here saying that he didn't exist.
Yeah.
Would you need another 1400 years to prove archaeological?
People do say that though.
No, I'm saying they do. 1400 years on, this is the first time I'm hearing this question. So many evidences that Brother Shamsi is presenting to you. It may not be archaeological. Can you still not come to the truth though? Of course you can.
Let me answer to you anyway.
Yeah.
good point. What you were saying about Socrates and you know other people.
Plato, yeah. Anybody, yeah.
It's a good point. It is. But even that itself, I mean, you're basically in other words. Okay, so I'm not actually misquoting you, but in other words, you're basically saying because it's verified by a lot of people, it would have to be true.
No, not
That,
just
I don't
lots of
think
people.
that's the case.
It's
There's
not.
people. that say that-
Look.
there's people- look, 1 minute.
Okay, let me
There's
finish,
people
yeah,
that
1
say that
second.
Bigfoot, yeah, this hairy, beastly monster would walk around and whatever. Many people say that. In America, there's loads of people that say, yeah, it's true. You know, I've seen, you know, there were some pictures, or you can't make out thoroughly that it's him. But there's people that say the Loch Ness monster. You know, the Loch Ness monster is a real thing.
But it's unusual thing.
As well.
No, you're talking about unusual.
There's many
No,
statements.
You know what you're saying?
People can have
No.
statements that are backed
You're
by-
100% right.
Listen, hold on, let me just finish my point. People can make statements that are backed by the hundreds,
Yeah.
backed by the thousands. It doesn't necessarily verify that it's actually.
no, that's a wrong analogy, sorry, yeah? That is a wrong, Daniel, that's a
You know
wrong.
what needs to happen? You need to define what evidence.
No, sorry, before we go there, that's a wrong analogy because you're talking about a weird creature, try to compare it to Prophet Muhammad or any human being existing, yeah? Firstly, we have shown you archaeological proof. I'm showing you that there's a manuscript, you can check it, it was written by a non-Muslim historian called, what's his name, from America, called Islam, how others saw it. He brings Syriac manuscripts, Armenian manuscripts, Coptic manuscripts. He goes back to Prophet Muhammad's time, speaking about Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in his time. Likewise, the Byzantine, yeah? So now you have archaeological proof, you have the manuscript from non-Muslim historians, you have manuscript from Islamic historians, you have the house of Prophet Muhammad, the mosque of Prophet Muhammad, you have his offspring. If that is not enough for you, then don't believe in Pharaoh, don't believe no one exists 1,000 years ago. No one, because no one you can show me the offspring of Pharaoh. Are you the offspring of Pharaoh?
Well, I mean, if you, like I said, if you go to Egypt, you know, they've got the whole chronology of who ruled, what times they ruled.
I'm asking you, are you the offspring of Pharaoh?
Probably not. You know what I mean?
No one claimed that because why? We know that after Pharaoh, people mixed up, the people don't hold their lineage. Not like the Arabs. The Arabs were known for centuries. Me, myself, I can go back to my 8th forefather by name, one by one. And this from our culture, every 2 person from the family, they have to memorize the lineage. We have to memorize it. Prophet Muhammad's lifetime, likewise, all of that. I'm from the Ahl Bayt, you know, from the Ashraf. Not just me, there's many families in Pakistan. Yes, some they lie, but there's a way to know who are not. You understand? My point here is, like Brother said, Aristotle, Plato, I said the atheists, that's why before that, I say, any historians who are well-grounded historians, they will never debate if Prophet Muhammad exists or not. All of them agreed Prophet Muhammad exists. Those who speak about if Prophet Muhammad exists or not, people that speak in speaker's corner or outside the street. This is not a discussion that you have in universities. They'll be laughing at you. Because if you say Prophet Muhammad exists, there's no one has overwhelming proof that exists like Prophet Muhammad. Then be consistent. Did Plato exist? Did Aristotle exist? Bear in mind, Plato, Aristotle's works, don't go back to them. Those manuscripts doesn't go back to their lifetime. You see, it was written by people who came after them. You understand? But yet we accept. Why? Because there's something called al-ilm al-daruri, knowledge of necessity. Knowledge of necessity, there's individuals in history, we know they existed. Because no way, group of people from different parts of the world, thousands, they will come, even though they know each other, they will make up a story about someone. And a drink water.
What's wrong with you? They all here.
I do that, you're good.
Take your time and, you know.
I know, it's not about taking your time, maybe I'll die quick. But,
You don't gotta die.
so brother, I mean Daniel, wallahi, you are being dishonest now.
No,
He's genuine.
But I think
It's not COVID-19, it's COVID 2006. It's expired by one.
do you know what? I think your question though, what you asked as well about what is enough evidence. I mean, you said
Alhamdulillah. How are you, akhi?
You know what? The truth
Good, yeah.
is, there is no limit to what is enough evidence.
Barakallah fik.
You know what? Some of you guys here, you might not have been raised as Muslims. You might have converted or reverted at such whatever
Mark
point.
Spencer.
Okay?
MashaAllah.
But
Quality
if
shit,
it's for a person,
Mark Spencer.
I think that's a personal question.
Say
You know
again?
what I mean? It's a personal question. What would it take for somebody to believe in God? what does it take for somebody to change to a different religion? You can't actually say it's
what do you see as evidence?
of course.
What makes
Yeah,
your
so that
heart
question is a personal thing. It's not something.
No, Daniel.
It's not something I can get every single one of you to agree with. A lot, like I said, the majority of you here, if not all of you.
One second, I just want to clarify something, but Daniel, yeah? You know why many people have been.
So
you know,
no, hold on. I want to finish.
okay, no, before, I'll let you speak.
have your water.
I'll let you
Finish
speak.
what
No,
I'm saying, yeah?
I'll let you speak.
There's
Sorry.
some- yeah, go on.
When you don't have correct source of knowledge,
Yeah.
then you'll be confused. Because what is a source of knowledge? If we only restrict source of knowledge to observation, it's like working, man. Observation, that is a problem. Source of knowledge, either we have to see it, we have to feel it, or we can feel it, or we can use our senses basically, or through information, people pass down information to us, or we can come to a conclusion about something that exists with certainty based upon our intellect, or based upon natural inclination. You see, this is called a source of knowledge. So for example, now, if you restrict source of knowledge to observation, there's a lot of things you have to reject, no doubt. And you're gonna put yourself in trouble and you cannot live this life. You cannot live with this philosophical ideology. I have to see something before I come to know that exists or not, because that is impossible. You understand? There's many things that we know in our history, in our life for sure that exist. Is not based upon observation. Okay. It's based upon information. For example, if BBC says tomorrow there's no school, the presenter of BBC, everyone will say there's no tomorrow school. But there's one person saying that. I haven't seen it. Why you take the information? Because it's based upon other indications. You see?
Okay, let me add. Yeah?
Go on, yeah, go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, just to clarify, I never made any statement that it has to be seen. You know, that evidence is something that can only be observed. So, I mean, if you're giving us a general...
No, general.
that's fine.
No, I didn't say you said it, by the way, I didn't say it.
Okay, fair
For the record, I didn't say it.
The term that I used earlier, to be specific, was data. Data can come in many forms. It can come in what you've seen. Again, like you said about, make reference to what you feel, okay? Some of that might be in what you believe, because you got a lot of archaeologists that have researched a lot of things in histories. Whether, I don't know, it could be the existence of dinosaurs at the end of the day. But yeah, there has to be a certain amount of data, and also there needs to be an input of your belief as well, what you still believe, because there still might not be everything completely. No one's got all the answers. No one has all of the answers anyway. I'm Daniel, yeah.
Daniel, so you mentioned to Shamsi that if he was to bring
Archaeological proof, which I did 4 or 5 of them. Let him.
no, not even how much.
Let him finish at the moment.
He's done his part, he brought it. Yeah. What's your criteria now for rejecting it? Because what you said is it's not enough.
Yeah.
So what's your criteria? You never been clarified, you never been double checking, or you just, oh, it's not enough.
That's a good point, Barakallah fik. That's good. That's good. That's very good.
So your question is that he's got the evidence and he's presented that to me, and what is my reasoning or what is my answer as to why I'm rejecting it? The first part of my answer is that you got cameras here. I never rejected what he said. Because I made a statement earlier as well. When he gave his...
Let me finish.
Let me finish. Because I know what I...
Daniel plays around, Daniel. No, Daniel, if you ask him where is Brixton, he said, you know, there's Notting Hill Gate there, and there's Shepherd's Bush there, then you go to Fulham, then from Fulham you can go... No, I bring... Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Let me finish.
No, I'm straightforward, alhamdulillah.
There's all of you versus me.
No, all of us. La. Daniel, stop it, man.
Allow me to speak.
This is you are our guest. We take care of you. We Muslims, we are known for taking care of the guests.
Then let me say my piece.
Say your piece. Okay, speak. Take the mic.
Yeah. So in regards to your question, which was what was my reasoning for rejecting it? Just to reiterate, I never rejected what he said. Okay. I didn't reject, nor did I accept. I didn't approve or confirm, nor did I deny. I heard him out on what his evidence was, okay? And all I said to him was that, yes, you presented, but it's still not enough for me. You understand? So it's not enough evidence. But then you asked me what is enough evidence, and I said, that's a good question, because when you're speaking to anybody about what is enough evidence for anything, everybody's gonna have a different answer. You can't say
I'm on about you,
evidence
not
doesn't
everybody else. I'm
evidence
about
doesn't have
you.
a certain number of what must be the proof. It's what feels right.
Forget about everything.
And I don't feel that that's enough for me to make a decision and
what
say
now can
this
you-
is genuine.
So what
evidence.
now can you bring further? Increase your understanding.
I don't know. I think a lot of it's got to do with
Look, we can't just start then.
yeah.
So come on. Evidence.
Yeah.
You see, you have to give me some specific, because you're also archaeological evidence.
Oh,
Bring it.
bro.
So
What
off
now?
topic, did you go to one mosque in Acton?
When?
Because a long time ago I went to a mosque in Acton, yeah, and I think it was you that I spoke to on one other day as well.
When?
And, this is years ago. Like I said, remember we spoke about it last time?
Yeah.
Years ago, so probably about 10 years ago. Really. Yeah. Okay.
No, there's someone. I think there's someone like no.
Yeah.
I know the guy, the brother he's speaking about.
Yeah,
It's not him.
He's the one in Acton. I
Yeah.
told you I weren't lying. I
Yeah,
said I did this.
yeah, but I went to church. Doesn't mean I was Christian. So come on, man. I went to church. Doesn't mean I was Christian.
You want to know what you want us more evidence?
Yeah.
I just think that what you presented. Thank you as well for bringing something.
You wasted my time, man. No, thank you. No, forget. Thank you. You wasted my time.
My
Daniel.
issue is what this happened.
سمعنا قال دراري جيب لي دراري جيب لي در
Like, trying to corroborate what the man told you.
قال روينا قال ارسل روينا.
No, that's not true. I can't stand by that. To say that I never,
No, but what
I
you
never
just
heard him
told
out on his evidence.
No, but what
I
you
definitely
just
did
told
because I asked him questions about the evidence. So, sorry?
What did you ask?
Did I ask you questions about what you showed me?
No, ask me the question. What question was it?
You've forgotten as well.
No, sorry.
When you pulled up what you showed me on the
Yeah,
phone, I was
yeah.
asking questions about it.
What did you ask?
Yeah, but what did you ask? What question? You just telling me. You just telling me you didn't get ready. I said no.
Okay, so you're saying you don't remember.
No,
What does the man say? Did anybody remember him asking him questions regarding it?
Of course I did. He brought something
What
to
was
me.
the
I didn't just do
question?
this and go,
No, you did have a conversation about.
yeah, but yeah. But he says not enough.
thank you very much. So the point
He says not archaeological. Then I prove it's archaeological.
For me to have a conversation
Yeah, he did.
about the evidence that he presented, there was obviously a level of interest there. He didn't just present it and I just did this.
I hear that.
I ain't saying anything.
Yeah, but Daniel, sorry.
And you go,
No, but Daniel, that's
Let's
not proof,
let's
man.
tell the truth.
I mean, Daniel, that doesn't mean
that's
you're
what
an
I
honest person because why? Because why, Daniel, yeah? I brought you the proofs, yeah? Archaeological, yeah? Also from the archaeological proofs is that,
thank you for that.
hear me,
But
the
don't be
truth,
offended by that.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
from the archaeological proofs is to go and see the mosque, the temples, the tools they use. And you can go to Medina, the tools is there, Prophet Muhammed that used, or the Sahaba used, or the what they call it, his mosque, the house of his wives, you know, the place that he went, the graves, his graves, the graves of his companions, like the way the Islamic sources that God brought to Prophet Muhammad just after him, we can now verify those sources and go back to those places and we can see clearly what they said is correct. You understand? So what I'm saying to you, Daniel, yeah? I'm telling you there is non-Islamic historians that exist at the time Prophet Muhammad spoke about Prophet Muhammad. For example, there was a Jewish historian, Prophet Muhammad's time, yeah, from the Byzantine, yeah. He was forced to become a Christian and to defend Christians, yeah. He said when he wrote his book, yeah, about history, I believe the book called Summarizing the History, yeah. He said the man came to me. He said, oh, so and so, his name Jacob, yeah. Oh, so and so. What do you think about the man that came to the Ishmael? From the Ishmaelites, yeah? Okay. Is he true prophet? He said, no, he's not. He's a false prophet. And he came with a sword, yeah? So they acknowledge that someone came with a Prophet Muhammad, the name, the companions. The Armenian historian, who we have his manuscripts, backdate during the lifetime or after, he speaks of Prophet Muhammad. That yes, there was a name called Muhammad, he came to his people, and they have a temple, and he called them to worship God alone, and to follow the God of Abraham. This is non-Islamic sources, outside sources. You understand? I did research about that, and as I've mentioned, there's a book. There was. Let me get the book now for you to listen to this.
But whilst you're doing that, I want to ask.
Okay, go on.
One question to. Are you Muslim, by the way?
And I think, there's one more point. I don't think anyone's coming out yet. They want you to give the definition, so then you can become Muslim quickly.
Yeah, this is.
But that might.
Everyone wants you to become Muslim.
Listen, I'm not going to say never, but at the end of the day, that may happen and that may not happen.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
See, and I'll just show you the book. Show you the book. Okay. See Islam as other Soviets. Survey and relation of Christian, Jewish, and Islamic story. Writes in early Islam. Okay. He is not a Muslim, by the way. Yeah, Robert. He's not a book about Ali. showing you.
Send me those.
I'll show you. I'll show you. Say hello. You never go back to me, man. I'll show you
No,
first.
I'm so sorry, man. I was doing something at the time.
No, what I'm saying, look, what the Prophet is saying, what's happening now, when we go back to the history, the Westerners, generally speaking, became very anti-religion. Why? Because when the church became very, cooperating with the oppressive leaders, justifying their oppressions, making the poor people poorer, and making themselves richer. Understand? People start looking, our enemies is the monarchy, and what is it? The church. Understand? That's why they were writing books just to invalidate religion, invalidate God, because what they saw from the church was the state of was the head of the state. So when they saw the church was controlled by evil people, manipulating the people, then what they did, they turned away from religion. And the outcome of turning away from religion, if you don't believe there is no God, you believe everything is okay. You believe man sleeping with another man is okay, woman sleeping with another woman is okay, man sleeping with a donkey is okay, woman sleeping with a chicken is okay. Why? Because you have no objective morals. And that's what Allah mentioned in the Quran, the story of Musa. When Pharaoh said to Musa, "Oh Musa, who is your Lord?" Musa said, "The Lord of the heavens and the earth and that which is between them, if you have any certainty." What does it mean? Meaning, if you have any certainty, you should have certainty that the Creator exists and it should be worshipped alone. And if you don't have that certainty, then you will have no certainty about anything else.
Right.
And that's what's happening now. What is the ideological philosophy is being pushed upon us in the word subjectivity. What does it mean? You believe it's wrong, but it's according to you. I believe it's okay, it's according to me, so don't worry about it. You see, but Islam should not. Objectively is wrong. And if objectively is wrong, that will cause chaos within the universe. So we should stop it. But the Western world, look, I live in the West, I live in Britain. You know, we benefit from this country, no doubt about that. Our families, everything. But the Western world, the way it's going, is leading itself to destruction.
Let me tell you something.
No doubt.
Let me-
No doubt.
let me
And we
tell you-
love good for them. We want good for them. How we do it? By speaking to them, without attacking them, without harming them. That's what we do.
Okay, so for somebody like myself, I was brought up in Western society, yeah?
Yeah, I was brought up here as well, bro.
Right, okay. But when I went to Egypt,
Yeah.
I'm not a Muslim, but when I went to Egypt last year
Yeah.
in March,
Yeah.
one thing that I appreciated
Yeah.
about Egypt, one
Yeah.
thing I loved about their culture
Yeah.
was that regardless of whether they were preaching religion, these people were people that believe in God.
Okay.
These people were saying that, you should serve God. And there was every single time that, like, every day that I was there, you would hear the bell going or things like this,
Yeah.
and everybody, the whole nation knows that it's prayer time.
Yeah.
So
Adhan.
they have discipline,
Yeah.
they have structure to their lives,
Yeah.
and they definitely have a spirituality
Yeah.
and a sense of serving the Creator.
Yeah.
Now, in Western culture, I do not see that. I feel like the people in Western society, it's demonic. It's very dark, it's very demonic, and there is no structure. Whereas, at least with Islam, there's structure.
No doubt about
Okay, and you must serve the Creator.
That's why, look, sorry, Daniel, that's why the 5 things that is destroying Britain and destroying the Western world is the 5 things that Islam prohibits. Alcohol is destroying the country. They're spending ridiculous money on NHS yearly, yeah? Likewise, gambling is destroying families, destroying individually, destroying societies. Islam warned against that. Likewise, interest destroying society, destroying people, making the poor poorer, making the rich richer. Islam prohibit that. Likewise, fornication, adultery, that cause corruption, cause destruction, and also cut off people from their lineage. Likewise, they cut off for example, abortions. In Islam, we make something clear about abortions. Yes, out of necessity, in Islamic scholars said, for example, a woman is about to give a birth, and by her giving a birth, keeping the child will cause her to die. The doctors say yes, that will happen. Then Islamically say yes, you allow to do abortion. However, to do abortion for the sake of abortion, killing a child, then you're talking about human rights. What about the baby's rights? What about his life? That's why people say, Allah speak about وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ بِأَيِّ ذَنْبٍ قُتِلَتْ. This verse will still apply to our time. How many children being killed in the hospitals? because the woman, she had fornication and she cannot be bothered. You understand? And you have no doubt about that. That's why Islam is a perfect way of life for this country. I'm not like Ajam Chowdhury saying, let us take over. No, I preach and I appreciate that they give me the freedom to preach. And if someone accepts it, alhamdulillah. I'm not here to take over by force. You understand? So Islam is the best way. Christianity does not prohibit alcohol. Christianity tells you to drink alcohol. You understand? Islam, when you see the structure of Islam, Islam tells you how to deal with how to worship your creator, how to deal with the leader, how to deal with your wife, how to deal with your children, how to deal with the animals, how to deal with the environment, how to deal in the war, how to deal in a peaceful time, how to deal with the business. Everything in Islam. And that is impossible for one man to come with that, except that is the messenger of Allah. Yeah, come brother. Can I have £10, please? Daniel, man.
Why don't you accept Islam? Sorry? Why don't you accept Islam? What's stopping you from
I already had this conversation earlier, man. We're just digging up the, you know what I mean?
Archaeological evidence that Prophet
Which
Muhammad
I showed him, but he said needs more. Archaeological proofs.
Archaeological evidence that Prophet Muhammad exists.
Right, okay.
No. Before that, sorry, 1 minute. How man? Okay, let me make it to you. In any country, if they want to implement laws, they bring experts. For example, when it comes to speaking about business, they bring experts. Okay.
Right.
About war, they bring experts. Okay. About social life, they bring experts. Correct.
Right.
How man that by himself, he came with a law for everything, for our social life, for our how to conduct a marriage, how to, in a war, in a business, interior, what they call it, inside a relationship with the people, outside relationship, how one man came with this legislation. That is impossible for one man to do that. We can observe that. In order for a country to function, they have to bring experts. What's happening there? They're gonna start fighting. Look, that's how I'm against that. Because there's gay people, they're lesbians. Some people are against it. Then what happens? They're gonna start shouting. We are against that. Don't fight. Speak to them nicely, respectfully. Show them why, as a Muslim or a Christian or Jewish, you believe is wrong.
Right.
Without attacking people. Alcohol, gambling, interest, fornication, adultery. Adultery also the other things well.